Guys, so let's talk about eBay automation, okay? Now, eBay automation is where we list, ship, and provide products for you. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because if you're somebody looking to scale your eBay, listen, I am somebody that it took 6 months for me to sell one pair of headphones, okay? It took me 6 months. Now, that is a long time. I started on my grandmother's couch trying to figure out how to make an extra income stream, and I could not figure out how to do it, okay? I couldn't figure out how to do it. You're not. Um, and I was looking at different apps and I was looking for different ways for me to be able to basically make money, right? Without me having a car at the time because I didn't have a car. No, I did have a car, but it was like a clunker. And I was just like, you know what? I need something where I could work on my business and I can go ahead and work, you know, on online. Like I wanted to be able to keep selling electronics and personally and go to flea markets and stuff and bus stops because that's how I started. But I also wanted to make more money online. I knew it was more people for me to touch, right? So what I did was I started looking at platforms. The first platform I tried was Amazon. Okay. So the first platform me trying was Amazon. And Amazon was cool at first, okay? Amazon was cool at first. Now, Amazon, the thing about my experience was this was when everybody was talking about Amazon FBA. Now, I know Amazon FBA is still around, but it's not that popular anymore, in my opinion, or in my world, I'd say. Um, but it's basically essentially where Amazon holds products that you ship them in a warehouse, and then whenever it's ordered, they'll ship it out for you. Now, I never wanted to do that because I already had my own products and I had hands and feet and packages and tape and a printer where I could do this all myself and didn't have to rely on anyone else. So I didn't want to do that. So I started selling on Amazon myself. Then I realized quickly how strict they were. They wanted me to scan the barcodes of every product, have a UPC, and have all of these different. I would have to get approval to sell chargers and headphones, and it was like so much. And that's why I did not like Amazon because there was so many restrictions, and plus you had to pay monthly. So like not only restrictions, you got to pay monthly, and then also scratch just paying monthly. They made you do an interview just to set up your account. You had to like wait, set up a call with somebody, and talk to them via video chat. Then you had to show your ID. They made it seem like I was actually getting a 9 to 5 and to sell on Amazon. And while I do respect the due diligence they do to make sure that sellers are actually accurate and are who they say they are, the process is so complicated for no reason. And also, lastly, the reason I don't sell on Amazon is going to be because Amazon is a monopoly. And when I was on Amazon and I did get some products approved, I was making a little bit of money. I was making some chump change. So I made a little bit more than I made on eBay, to be honest. But I'm explaining to you why I don't talk about Amazon. So I made around like six something like 660 every single month, for like 3 months on Amazon. Um, and it was just me selling headphones and chargers because that's the only thing I can get approved. But the issue is every time I would have a trending product, like a product that was really, really selling, I then would see that Amazon would start listing their product above mine. And then I'm like, what the heck? And it was a product that they would say shipped from, Amazon or whatever. And it used to like annoy me because I'm like, well, why would you even try and compete against me when I'm a seller on your platform? And I started to realize that Amazon does that. They compete with you on their own platform, and ultimately they win. They're going to end up getting more money than you regardless, because you're getting fees. I'm paying you every month, and now I'm competing against you and other people. Like that. It was kind of ridiculous in my opinion, and it made me feel like I was just shooting myself, right? Like it just made me feel like I was just hurting myself listing on this platform. Okay. So as I continue to go and move and continue to put in this work, I started to realize that, okay, well, let me look for another platform other than Amazon. So, because it's too strict, because I had like speakers, I had a whole bunch of other things I needed to list, and I just had no way of doing it. So what I did was I said, okay, let me go on Google, and of course, eBay popped up. I started to look at eBay, set up an account. My first account got banned, and this is when eBay first started, and you had to call in to get your you had to call in to get your, oh, what is it called? Like your the amount that you could sell, your budget increased. So with eBay, you used to have to call to get your eBay budget, and so you can know what it was, because you only could list up to a certain amount of money, and I would have to provide invoices and stuff, and get the budget. But I didn't do that my first time. I got on there. I just copied somebody's full post, and when I copied their post, they just took me down. And then I called to see why they banned me, or they restricted my account. And they was like, because we didn't know if it was a real person, because all you did was start relisting products basically. So yeah, so that's when I learned, okay, well, it was easy to create an account. I just sort of kind of did too much by listing random products. So the eBay rep walked me through exactly how to list the first product. And it was up from there, right? I listed my product. It wasn't getting no views or sales. I wasn't making no money. But it was cool because it didn't cost me anything. So I was okay with having my um my eBay, because literally I didn't have to pay anything. You know what I mean? So I was cool. But then what happened was, like 3 to 6 months, I got my first sale. The cha-ching on your phone feels so good. It feels so good. Um, and once I got my first sale, it was up from there. It was like once I got my first sale, I completed it, got the review, more sales started to come. And then as I'm selling these headphones, it was headphones just like this, but it was the ones for Apple, right? So once I got those headphones sold, I then was able to go to another warehouse. And I think what I did was I brought more headphones, like iPhone 7 headphones, and I kept adding, and it started snowballing, and I started making money, right? I started making money, and that was the best feeling. The best feeling was to get the Pico, which is the electric in Philadelphia, right? And the gas bill, and be like, oh, eBay will take care of it, right? And then it ain't nothing better than feeling like, oh, the rent, I gotta go on my rent portal and pay the rent. Up, let me cash out on eBay. eBay will handle it. Like those experiences made life way easier for me, because it was so easy to make this money, right? And then I ran into businesses on eBay that wanted to buy products from me in bulk. And then I started creating custom orders. And then I started putting business cards like this in my eBay packages to my website. And when I put those cards with the discount in the website name in the packages, I started getting people to buy products from my websites. And then when they started buying product from my websites, then I said, okay, great. If you're in the area, come in my store and I'll give you 50% off. Then I started getting more traction in my store. So like you see how it all started with eBay. Like eBay was a great tool for me to be able to scale and build. Now that I've done eBay for over a decade, I have eBay automation where I've also ran into individuals that had similar experiences to me, four to be exact. These are assistants. They sit in my warehouse in New Jersey all day, every day, and all they do is work on people's accounts. That's all they do. They don't ship products. Like their jobs are literally to be assistants. Like they don't look to like help out in the warehouse. No, they have their own little office space, and they literally all day, every day list products for you on eBay. And eBay is 10 times better than Amazon, just simply because eBay doesn't really compete with you. Like you're going to find a very rare case of when they're competing with you. eBay is smaller than Amazon, so you have less competition, obviously. You also don't have to go through an extensive process to get your eBay created. You also don't need UPCs to list. So it gives you more freedom, and it makes it more reasonable for you to be able to scale and make money with them. So I would choose eBay 10 times out of 10. Okay. eBay would be the platform I would always choose no matter what. All right. No matter what. Now let's talk about automation. Okay. eBay automation is where you list, ship, and provide products. This can be found on hustlertaughtme.com. Now, the thing about eBay automation that I love is that you are outsourcing. So we usually have two types of clients. We have clients that are too busy and clients that want to learn. Okay. So the too busy clients, these are clients that they work at the T-Mobiles, the AT&Ts, the Verizons. They're like managers and they don't have any time to resell products. So they hire us to do it. We also have the customer that may be a lawyer or maybe a real estate agent and they want to actually make some residual income. So they hire us as well. And then we have another type of client where it's a client fresh out of school maybe. And what they want to do is they want to build their eBay so it can be a great profit, but they also want to learn. So those clients we help too. Okay. And I'm going to explain in this whole slideshow how we do that. And then after, we're going to eventually go ahead and start listing on some new clients eBay. All right, together. Okay, because I want to show you guys the process. All right, so eBay automation, again, it's on hustlertaughtme.com. It is on the hire us section, I believe. So eBay marketplace. So there's a lot of active sellers, and there's 19 million active sellers globally. Transactions, eBay facilitates over 1.7 billion transactions annually. Now this is only going to grow. Okay, and this is something that really generates my interest because I like going on platforms that promote my products for free, and eBay is a good platform to promote your products for free. All right, so increase in sales during holidays. eBay reported a 20% increase in sales during the holiday. Now, I'm going to show you later on in this video. This is true. Okay. If you guys want to know eBay automate, the average eBay automation customer this November and December made around $848 every single 3 days. And this was a projection off of the electronics that we were really mass listing. Listen, I've been working on people's accounts because, again, when it was Black Friday, when it was Christmas, right before Christmas, all of these times were so important, and it was really important for us to get the ball rolling so that these individuals were making money, right? Because the more money you make, the more receipts we have. The more receipts we have, the more we can promote. Okay. Now, seller challenges. So what are the challenges that we can help you fix? So studies indicate that over 50% of eBay sellers spend more than 10 hours per week managing listings. So 10 hours you can get back, right? Change them 10 hours to like 2 hours, right? 2.5 hours answering DMs maybe, or even just inspecting what you expect. Inspecting what you expect. You don't let that go past your head. I gotta inspect what you inspect. Inspect what you expect. Inspect what you expect. Okay. Customer service demands. A survey found that 45% of online sellers struggle with customer service due to high volume. Now, this is true. So when you start actually making a bunch of sales, it's going to get harder for you to be able to provide the proper customer service, right? Because now you're stretching yourself out. You still have a real life, plus you have your personal problems. Then you have your business problems. Then you have your business life. Now, you might take it out on one of the customers because you're upset, right? And you don't want that. So that's why it's important to make sure that you're outsourcing, especially with customer service. Now, I like to tell people to do this all the time because it's really important. I'm telling you, because the last thing you want to do is find yourself making a customer mad or making a customer upset, right? Like that's the last thing you want to do. That's the last thing because of a bad day you had at work, you know? Hey, I was just wondering when my charger's coming. You know what? Get away from me. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to do that. Benefits of automation. So increased listing. So we do increase your listing. So product listings are increased by up to 30% compared to manual listing methods. Improved sell performance. Sellers using automation tools have reported an increase in sale ranging from 15 to 50% due to optimization listing and improved response times to customers. So that respond time is very important, right? Like you want to be able to respond, you want to be able to have um the time to actually really dig in and look at your business. Like, you know how I said you want to inspect what you expect? Well, what I really mean by that is you want to make sure that you are looking at your numbers. You want to make sure that you have the time to look at your sales. You want to look at the views. You want to look at the watchers. Like, all of that stuff is easier when you're not the one listing the product, basically. Okay. Sales. Okay. So satisfaction rate. Now, this is 100% true. Now, I didn't even believe this statistic until I seen it with my own eyes. Studies show that 80% of eBay sellers who implement automation tools express higher satisfaction. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to eBay sellers, the reason it's not 100%. I'm gonna tell you why, right? So 80% of people, they're like, Brandon, I love this service. This service is awesome. But then you have some people, and they're like, you know what? Hey, I want to learn how to do this myself too, because I feel a little bit out of it. And that's what happens when you're making a lot of money. Your biggest fear at that point is, okay, I'm making around $5,000 every single month. But what happens if Brandon's business just goes away? You feel me? Like, then it's like, okay, well, if his business just goes away, I don't have nothing. Like, I won't be able to supplement how I'm making money right now. So that's why it's 80% of eBay sellers who implement automation tools express higher satisfaction, because a lot of people they don't want to do eBay. They just want to make money from eBay. But you do have real hustlers and grinders that's like, yo, I want to be able to do this myself. And that's me too. Like, I never want anybody to do everything for me, because what happens is I become reliant on them. And that's why I created this service. And I'm explaining to you what I mean in a second. Okay. So reduce burnout. So research shows that automation, it suggests, but it does show that automation helps reduce seller burnout. This is 100% fact. Now, when I was creating this service, this is a fact because this was one of the pain points. Because if you remember when I started, right, when I just explained how I started, I had to wait from 3 to 6 months to get my first sale. I was burnt out relisting, listing other things, trying to figure out how to get my eBay sale. I was burnt out. I wasn't getting no sales. I wasn't making no money. So it hurts when you're listing, and then you're not making no bread. Like, that sucks. You feel me? So I think it becomes a problem, and you start to try and figure out, okay, hey, this is how I'm going to solve it. Or you start to say, you know, I'm just not going to do this overall. Right? I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to forget this platform ever existed and start another platform. You know what I mean? Like, that's burnout. Burnout is something we all get with different things. I get burnt out with YouTube, burnt out with everything, right? So then we show a little example, right? Now, so this was something I didn't want to include on these slides. I don't like showing numbers. Now, the reason why is because if I show you a number, you start to think, oh, well, this is a number I need to get. Now, this number ranges depending on each person, right? So first 13 days, they went from $0 to $575.97, right? Here's the difference. The difference is they didn't have much active. They also didn't have anything sold. They also weren't being consistent because they had a job, right? This happens. I think the point of my automation service and what I keep trying to get you guys to see is that no matter what, we're always sitting on some type of money. Like right now in your phone, there's money to be made, but you may not necessarily be, on it or hunting for it or getting to it. Some of us, we overlook money, including myself. I overlook money all the time. Right? And sometimes it takes time for me to figure out, oh, this is profitable. Oh, that's profitable. You see what I'm saying? But you start to figure out that if you actually open your eBay app and you actually did start to sell, you would actually see some money. Okay. And this was like the little message. And again, this is the stuff that we actually get paid off of when we see a automation, when we see a person, when we see a customer, client, whether they're with us now or later, when we see them send us a text and they're like, yo, listen, I made some bread. Like, that's a good feeling, okay? Knowing, and it's just, I just want to say thank you for your help and being a plug with the Clean and Connect. So this was like, what we'll talk about later is we can tell that your eBay to different niches as well. So they just wanted to show some love. But I think it's unique and cool when we get a bunch of people showing love from the services that we provide, because the services we provide aren't that expensive. And they're not that expensive because my selling technique is I rather you start low, you make money, and then order products from my warehouse. Like, that's my main goal. My main goal is for you to do automation. Let us build your store up. Once you build your store up, then you start just ordering wholesale from my store. Then it makes more sense, right? So this is how your assistant works, right? They work through email, okay? Not text, through email. All right. So this is a customer, so a client basically is telling their assistant something. Just received another offer for the MagSafe charger. And could you review my Target basket listing? Thanks for your help. So in this first email the client sent, you can already see that yes, you do need to let your assistant know when you get a sale, because they're not in your account 24/7. That's not allowed. But if you get a sale, you just email them, hey, I got a sale. Or you can do it in the day. Hey, I got 18 sales. When will they be shipped out? Your assistant works for you. That's not your buddy. That's not your friend. That's your worker. So you just follow up. You ask discovery questions, and they help you get the things done. Okay. So, okay. I'm like, what the heck? Sorry, guys. You know, kids is home from break and all of that. So I got to make sure my son is okay. And then they say, and could you review my Target basket listing? So that's another feature that we have where you are also able to get the assistant to review listings that you list by yourself, right? So you're allowed to have people actually list products for you, okay? And that's really cool too. But if you list products, they'll review it for you and they'll help optimize it. And that's cool too. Okay, here goes another email where it says, just got another order for 2 MagSafe battery packs. Then you have the assistant saying, great, let's go, right? Now, what we show in this is your assistant is your biggest cheerleader as well. They want you to succeed. They want their listings to help you. If you want me to be transparent, well, I'll wait until the next slide, but I'll show you how the assistants get paid, right? And they get paid based upon your they get paid based upon how much money you actually make, basically, right? Because you got to make money for them to get paid. Do I need to mark, here goes another one. Do I need to mark the order as shipped, or the when will the ship, I guess, be out? When will it be out? Also, I added a listing for USB-C power adapters. Could you look over it and make it so it doesn't get flagged? Good morning. No, it will be marked as shipped today. We will handle everything on our end. Thank you for checking and being active. So what this shows, oh, he just put the dog out. What this shows is, do I need to mark the order as shipped, right? Well, here's the thing. When you mark an order as shipped, the assistant doesn't know to ship it, right? So they ask the assistant, so the assistant can then make them aware and help them. And then he said also he added something, and he wanted the assistant to basically optimize it. And that's what we do too. We optimize. So you can list things and we'll make it better, and we'll optimize it so that it gets more sales. Okay. I just accepted. You can ship it out as soon as you can. Thanks again for all the assistance. Just got another order last night, so we have 2 orders to ship out now. So again, these are a person letting the assistant know what's going on. The assistant then just proceeds and fixes it or does what they have to do. Now, why eBay? Now, the real reason to do eBay is because eBay does make you money, obviously, for currency, for bread, for money, for Skrilla. I heard Skrilla the other day. I'm like, what the heck is Skrilla? And it's evidently money. But yeah, so these are some of our active users, their results, and they're really good. You know, I think again, they range from different people, different types, different averages, but they're all making profit and coming out. And if you're asking, all of these people invested $250 every single week. Okay. So, yes, $250 every single week, and they're still making some money on the back end with profit. Okay. How can this help you? So, it will improve your listing quality. So, here's the thing, a lot of us, we like to list products, but we don't list with quality. Instead, we just list with speed, right? If you're at work trying to make a listing, you're not necessarily going to be able to just list the best of your ability when you are focused on other things. So we'll take care of that, where we have reps or assistants, as I call them, that are literally sitting down doing this all day. Keyword optimization. So they help you with keyword optimization, consistent listing. So they help you listing every single day. This builds a lot with eBay. And then real-time inventory management. So they know exactly what's in stock, what's not in stock. So these are things that you don't have to handle. Okay. Now, what are the budgets? So a budget is going to be the price that you are going to pay for the service. Okay. Now you can pay weekly, bi-weekly, full month, or 3 months. 3 months has become popular, the 1800, but the people that I usually work with hand in hand, for a certain reason, which I'll explain in a second, is the weekly services. The reason I work with the weekly services is because the 3 months, the 1800, that's usually in a full month, is usually if you just want us to list, ship, and provide the products, right? If you want to make a lot of money, you invest 18, right? That's just what it is. If you want to take money to make money, you give us that budget. Now we can stretch that budget out. We can put that budget to certain products, and the money that you're putting up, all of this money, all of these amounts are going towards products, except for $50. Okay, $50 goes to your assistant every single week. So right here, you invest 250. 50 is going to your assistant, 200 is going to your products. You invest 450, 50 is going to your assistant, 400 is going to your products. 750 is going to your products, okay? And then you have the $1,750 going to your products. So you get what I'm saying? Like, it's always $50 being taken every single week from your budget to actually feed your assistant, okay? And that's what motivates them. Okay, so here's how the service steps work, right? So you go on hustlertaughtme.com, you go ahead and get the automation service. The first step is having a one-on-one call with me. You're going to get an email. The email is going to give you a whole bunch of onboarding forms. It's going to also welcome you, and then it's going to say, hey, book a call with Brandon. You're going to then go ahead and book a call with Brandon. I don't know why my assistant, the person that did this, they spelled my name wrong. I'm gonna have to talk to him. But I started a video too early to fix it. But number two, you want to meet your assistant, right? So you're gonna meet your assistant, and your assistant is basically going to tell you, hey, I'm such and such, and I'm here to help you. This is how I can help you. Do you have any questions? Do you want me to do anything? They can help you build your business. They can help you create an LLC, a whole bunch of things. Okay. Number three, you have to send them your sign and access. They have a form that they send you, and then you fill it out. Then they get that sign and access. Number four, the automation starts. Okay. Automation starts. Products that are sold will ship for you. So every product that is sold on your eBay account is going to be shipped for you. You do not have to pay for the products. Okay. This is a big one. You're not paying for the products any longer. All you do is pay that $250, and a week. Let's just say if you do the weekly, you pay the $250. That $200 is buying the products, not you. Okay, we're buying these products from distributors, wholesale. So we're already getting a bunch of products. Your money is just going towards the cheapest amount possible for these products, to acquire these products. All right. So recap. Product listings on your eBay stores, which you'll get. Dedicated assistant for listings and updates is what you'll get. Basic product research with trending items. Order fulfillment and shipping handled. Customer support guide for easy communication. 3 extra days of shipping support post service. Okay. What you will not get, and what you will not have to do, excuse me, is no more time no more time spent listing products yourself. Say goodbye to shipping worries and eliminate the hassle with customer messaging. Okay, and what that means is you still got to message your customers, but we help you with it. If you need any help, any questions answered, we got your back like a broad strap. And the results always come in with the system, right? If you follow a system, which we have a really detailed system, results are always going to come, because results literally come with a organized approach, I'd say, right? With a proper behavior, execution, and a system. Okay. All right, guys. So that is that.